So, you know, sometimes I look at this, I go, is this different? Yes, it's more heightened, for sure. Yes, absolutely. The stakes are much bigger. The power is much bigger. But this has gone on for a long time. We do not have the power in the city. We know where the power lies in the city. As a grassroots movement, charter schools struggle. People say change is much harder in Gloucester than it is anywhere else. Change is difficult, it's threatening, it's scary. Schools were closed, it's fearful. Mayor has actually told me that she has the budget all figured out and that's not even an issue, but nobody's hearing that. Charter schools have not closed other schools, but nobody's hearing that. We were accused of opening our school and having only the most elite students here. They are all elite.
Yes, they are.
It is true.
And the parents also.
And their parents also.
Betcha.
That term was never defined for me. But I interpret it to mean children who are not in special education, children who come from high-income communities, and things of that sort. We have proved that we have, in fact, a very diverse school. But no one's come back and said, oh, I'm sorry I accused you of that. I apologize for all those comments I made for you about how horrible you were that you, Amy Ballin, only thought about opening up a elite school. For some reason that I don't even know why I would do that, but whatever. So that resentment piece has been there for a long time. We went to a meeting, we thought we had a beautiful understanding, we come back and the next day, and the school committee chair completely flips her opinion and makes us look bad. How often does that happen?
Every time we've heard.
On a regular basis, you know? So there is this resentment that is pretty solid for me, at least on a billion issues. But I feel like I've had a vision. I've had a vision of education. I work primarily with students who struggle. I've worked for a long time in the public school system with kids who weren't making it, and I could see that they needed something different. Parents who couldn't afford to go to private school or find another school or couldn't choice. Those are the kids that I work with. And often when they go somewhere else, they're successful, as we have seen here at our charter with a small number of kids. So there's nothing equitable about the system that we currently have. And to think that it is absolutely ridiculous. And there's certainly no fairness. So I hear the resentment, I share it. Does this issue hit me harder than others? Yeah, but it's one of many. It's one of many of this political process that is absolutely wrong. Who suffers?
The kids, you know, I had a parent tell me about 2 days ago who works in this industrial park, no name. She said, oh, my kid, I'd love to go to the charter school, but I work with the public, and I'm afraid I might lose my job. And I said, are you still thinking that way? She goes, I can't afford to not have this job. That's Gloucester. That's Preggyville. That's where we're living right now. Seriously. I could not believe these words are coming out of her mouth. I said, oh my God, you've just got to come down to the school. No one will ever know. Your employer is not allowed to fire you for going to a charter school. Didn't matter. Fear. The AG should be protecting us.
The only other thing I want to add, and anyone else wants to say, I know it's getting late, is that I think Joe mentioned this too. I do have tremendous respect for everybody on this board. We have struggled with it, and I think what people are struggling with now is, you know, sign my name. It's my name that goes on it, right? For me, to something that is not true. And what does that say about me? That I'm willing to lie, so to speak, to sign something I believe to be not true. And I fully respect that perspective and understand it. in this case, I myself feel that I can sign, not happily, but I can sign because I feel like I have no choice. And that I feel that I would like us to move forward on good terms with the Attorney General. And if this helps them make them feel better, and this helps solve our issue, then I am all for that. It is part of the work I do as a counselor on a regular basis, which is taking a lot of blame and say, you know, I'll soak that one up. I do that a lot, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to do. Can I ask one question before we sign? I think not, as the process goes. So, does anyone else have anything they want to add to the discussion? So I suggest we need to do a roll call vote on this one. So,
Does it have to be,
it's a yes or a no. You're going to sign it, you're not going to sign it.
how does the vote have to be unanimous or the majority?
I don't believe it needs to be unanimous. Most of our votes don't.
The motion, just to remind everybody, was to
Thank you, Dave.
authorize the chair to sign the final judgment by consent put forward by the Office of the Attorney General.
So it's going to be yes or no. Yes, you're signing, or you don't want to sign. That's okay, does that make sense? So Gordon, can we start with you?
I'll say yes. No.
I'm a yes.
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 No.
No.
So it's a 3 to 4, a 4 to 3, whatever way you look at it. Which says we sign.
We gave you industry professionals cover. Did we pass it, didn't we?
That's how I understand it. Does anyone else understand it differently? That is the last item on our agenda, I believe. The only other thing would be,
Well,
we have,
there's something that is relevant to this, though, that has to do with a kind of lease addenda.
we already talked about that because that's not till the 15th.
Right, but what did we say to that?
We
Could
said
it
we
just be
were,
moved December 15th, so
Yeah.
that there's time to meet on it?
Well, we don't have any choice now.
There's an item in there that's about the lease.
Right, but I don't believe that there is any
it's
choice.
was crossed off, I believe it's moved to the 15th.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, we may have just decided the lease addenda.
Wait, isn't it
That's
just
not
Joe
how I
demand that he
understand it.
know, accept the terms of the bidding, not the other part about us?
No, we pay.
But that's not in his thing, that's in Mick's thing, right? This thing just says you come to an agreement that he understands it. I think if you look in there, but I think the budget.
GCACS will continue to work cooperative with the landlord to reach an equitable distribution, you all read this, right?
Right.
Of any additional costs resulting from the commitments and processes discussed above and incorporate that agreement.
Well, equitable actually would be in our
He's
favor.
just told us it's equitable.
Who Mick did,
Yeah,
yeah, which was us paid all.
that's correct. Unless I'm missing something.
I guess I'm not reading it that way.
I know.
Well, this doesn't say, the thing we just signed doesn't say we have to go with Mick's way. I guess that's we have to reach an equitable agreement. Equitable might be 50-50.
Not how I understand it from Colin either, but that's not how I understand it.
But good point, because that's in there that we agreed that we will work out, that understanding that we have to go forward.
Anything, any cost over, we
But it
bear.
doesn't say we pay, that's what Mick says.
Well, we'll see.
But that's not what this says.
We'll see. He's required to sign something pretty quickly too,
By the 15th.
if this goes through.
But equitable might be
Well, it's
something
whatever-
other than 100-0, maybe 50-50, right?
It's whatever gets negotiated,
Yes.
but it's clear that this says it's our problem, not his. Yes, it says we, as if we own that building. Everyone understands what they just agreed to, right? It's as if we own that building. That's Brazzi. It's ownership. It's okay, we can save it for next time, but it's, we might not have a lot of decision-making leeway next time. That's all, I'm out of order though.
Do you entertain a motion to adjourn then?
I do, unless there's another item that anyone has any discussion about.
Could I say you're all brave people and keep going forward? You know? We'll get there.
Thanks, Lonnie.
So, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
You had one. You need a
Okay.
second.
All in favor?
Good job.